Welcome back, artists. Today we are going to get started on our flower weavings. So you'll want to have some paper that you can plan on. If you're at school, we'll use our learning logs, and you'll want to have a small paper plate. And the first thing you're going to want to do if you are at school is in your learning log, you're going to find your next empty page. So here's my planning for my snowman. I already have my snowman reflection in the notebook. If you don't have yours already, which you probably don't, you're going to leave an empty page so that we can tape that in, and then we're going to use the next empty page. We're going to title this our flower weaving. We want to put the date down. What we're going to do on our planning page is we're going to come up with two different options. So I would like you to divide your paper in half. You can use your paper plate if you want. We're just going to trace the circle so it can be a rainbow. You can just draw yourself a rainbow. This is just a sketch, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But I want you to draw two lines in your drawing. We're going to divide this up into little slats because each one of these shapes is going to be a petal. And your job is to decide what kind of shape you want your petal to be. So you can go all the way across. Sometimes it's easier if you have these lines that go all the way to the top. But you want to think about what kind of shape you want your petal to be. Some basic shapes would be just a U shape like this. And you want to probably stick with the same shape for the whole flower. Another option would be to do a point in the center. You could come down like this. You can come up with any other ideas that you have too. I encourage you to be creative, but I want you to come up with two different shapes for your petals. And the other thing you have to figure out is a color scheme. So we have two options when we do our colors. So the first option would be complementary. That's a big, long word. And complementary means they are across from each other on the color wheel. Our other option is analogous. And hopefully you remember that from our trees, analogous means they are neighbors on the color wheel. If you're not sure about your color wheel, we can go back to our color wheel that we put in our learning log here when we were practicing for our Mondrian. So when I did my Mondrian, I did analogous of red, purple, and blue. I could do that again, or I could switch. But remember, when you choose an analogous color, it's the secondary color and the two primary colors that make it. The other option is complementary colors, and complementary colors are across from each other on the color wheel. So the one at the top is complements to the one at the bottom. I think about Christmas colors. I think about the Bears, blue and orange, or the Vikings, the yellow and purple. So one of yours should be a complementary color scheme. The other one would be analogous. So if I'm going to do complementary for this one, I am going to do, I will do purple and yellow. If I were to do an analogous color scheme, I think I would do red, orange, and yellow. And then the next step is just to kind of figure out what one you want to do, and you can kind of play around with the colors and maybe the designs of your petals.